small business. Like many of us, I'm sure you're feeling it. Business is hard, and now more than ever, you need to have a plan to help your business not just survive, but thrive. And it can happen as simply with thinking at the end in mind. I'm Marcia Reiner. I'm a business growth strategist, and I've helped tons of small business owners to establish and implement a tangible plan that guarantees increased profitability, guides your growth, and plans for a future exit. Because a business worth selling is also a business worth owning. And I'd like to share strategies that I've earned and learned with you on today's Profit with a Plan podcast. But before we get started, I have something to share with you listeners. I put together an insightful and think outside the box live web class on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Not specific time. It's been specifically designed to help you learn how to turn your business into one worth selling, even if you aren't thinking of selling it yet. Why now? Join me and find out all the benefits that come with a sale-ready business. Register for free at exitwithaplan.com. So I'm really excited to have my new friend as a guest today, Colleen Biggs. Colleen is an award-winning peak performance consultant with over 20 years experience and has launched over, get this, 340 businesses. She's an international speaker and author to several #1 international bestsellers, with the latest being Step into the Spotlight and Expand Your Influence. She is the CEO of 3 businesses, including Lead Up for Women, which is a community that boasts tens of thousands of female entrepreneurs that are driven by their passion, support, and promote others with purpose to fuel female voices with the power that are leading the way for all women worldwide to dominate the entrepreneurial market. That's an impressive statement. I love it. Rock on, women. We're not man haters. It's such a fantastic opportunity for women today. And Colleen, welcome to the podcast. We're so excited to have you on today.
Thank you for having me here. It's such an honor. And I'm certainly not a man hater. I'm married to one. I have several boys and grandsons. And no, I believe that we equally support each other in the way that we need to. And there's just some females out there that need a little additional assistance in, getting that confidence and getting that business rolling. And they're great in tribes.
You know what? 100%. And I belong to several communities that are women focused, and it just elevates you, because when a woman will go up against a man for a position or a job, the woman's going to say, okay, I only can do 9 out of these 10 things. Maybe I'm not qualified. Where the guy's going, I can do 2 of these. Hey, yeah, I'm qualified for this job. And so we have that confidence and perfectionist kind of mentality. And I think only gets supported and flourishes when we're in kind of an environment that understands that and welcomes that. So
I'm glad you shared that, because that's an actual statistic that I want your listeners to hear, because it is very true that women will not apply for a position unless they really feel that they're about 85% qualified. A male could be 20% qualified. He'll not only apply, he'll ask for a more of a salary increase, and women will just, if they got the job, they would just be happy with that and not even ask for it. So there's a little work that needs to be done there. And that's, really what I'm about.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So thank you again for coming on today. We had a great conversation the other day. And I think that what I think that most business owners are missing in their business is additional income streams. And we're not talking about, okay, how can I sell more of the same thing, but how can I get some passive income generating in my business that, doesn't take my time and energy necessarily away from what I'm doing regularly. So you have some really good ideas, and let's talk about what really passive income in business refers to.
Yeah, that's a good question, because let's think about our portfolios of our money to begin with, right? So all of the money that you own, all of the money that you is in your possession that you have invested. So maybe you have money invested in life insurance. Maybe you have money invested in stocks or bonds. Maybe you have it invested in short-term benefits. You might have money invested let's say in Bitcoin or crypto. You might have money invested in your savings account. You might have money invested in a real estate property, right? So let's look at how diversified our portfolios are with the money, and all of these areas in which if we sold those out, we could gain a return from, correct? Or some of them we might be gaining a return from today. That is just as important as how you run your business. What can you create and how do you diversify your business to not only receive passive income, but other residual income and income that could be coming in just from something that you have sitting on your website? So I wouldn't say that if you put together guides, if you put together templates, so let's say that you are in real estate and you're an attorney, and there's some guides that you have put together that are templates for, like, you just fill in the blanks, and then you can do it yourself kit. You create a do it yourself kit, let's say, for your clients. You don't have to spend any time on that. You create the kit. It's $199 in that kit. I'm just guessing a price. In that kit, they get the fill in all the blanks, plus they get the directions and the links on where they go to file, right? And they buy that kit. So it requires zero time, zero energy, zero effort of yours. It's just another way to sell a product of yours on your website, right? I wouldn't consider that passive. That's just diversifying your business and your offerings.
Right.
So that's one way. The other way that for that real estate, or for that attorney in maybe estate attorney, let's just talk about an estate attorney. For that estate attorney, the other way would be for them to actually work with the client, right? For them to work with the client, for that client to be able to do the work with them. They come over, they fill out the paperwork with them, they go back and forth and help them with the paperwork. That's going to require more of that estate attorney's time. So now that estate attorney would charge more for that, right? So that might be a higher priced item of them working one-on-one with them. Then there may be an opportunity where they do an annual review or a biannual review. What I like, and what I've worked with some of my clients in doing, is creating a type of membership opportunity for them to have within their businesses. So think about it. If you are a speaker, or if you're an estate attorney, this works for every type of business. An estate
for
attorney,
real estate,
if you're in real estate, if you're in
CPAs.
any type of business, you can create a membership. And why are memberships important? I have a coach that I work with that does detoxes, health guided detoxes, do all of your testing, you know, your metals, your estrogen, your whatever. So with all of that, she's created a membership. And why are memberships important? Memberships keep your customers close to you. So it's not one and done. Okay, I went to the estate attorney. She helped me do my will. I'm done. Well, I was done for 2 months until something changed in my life. And guess what? My will and everything is totally out of date already. It needs to be updated. So by her creating a membership and saying, hey, for $20 a month or $25 a month, whatever it is, right? And I'll use an example of another company I work with. She creates that. Now ongoing, I can come and I can maybe meet up with them once a month, and maybe she does a webinar. I'm learning more about how I'm supposed to be doing my will as I'm getting older, how I'm supposed to be creating a trust now that I've acquired more wealth, right? Things change in our lives. We might create that living will and that will and trust when we're 50, 40. And then when you're 65 or 55 or 70, things look a lot different in your life. And 100%. Most people think you do it once and you're done. But the why you create the membership is to continue education and keep them close to you. The goal is to keep them close to you, because instead of the rotating door where it's like one customer in, one customer out, one customer in, one customer out, you want to keep those customers close to you because they'll spend more money with you. That's just a fact. And it costs more money to get new customers than it does to foster the relationships with the ones you already have, because they already know, like, and trust you, and then they will recommend you to other people. A customer that I was working with is Ghetto Plumbing, and this was another one that is genius. They do like $14.95 a month. and it's like preventative maintenance. So preventative maintenance means you pay $14.95 a month as a membership, which humans are very used to paying memberships every month. We have Netflix,
I was just gonna say.
Amazon, Hulu, HBO, you name it. I could go on and on and on with all the different streamings out there. Gyms, we all pay memberships. And now that includes if there's a plumbing issue, if you have an AC issue and you need a tune-up or a check. So, you pay that $14.95 a month, whether you really use that or not. It's just a membership to something which includes several benefits. And it's passive income for that company if they signed up 2,000 people or 1,000 people at that, right?
Right. I mean, that's a significant income on that. I love that. I was speaking with a CPA client of mine just like a couple months ago, and we were talking about this exact idea of, look, you don't only do taxes at the end of the year, you could be doing quarterly reviews for this client. So it's not an emergency situation come tax time that they haven't done any planning. And if you have them pay a little bit more, either monthly or annually, to be in that insider group, you get them in, you get to see them more often for a fraction of the cost, but they're committed to you for that longer relationship. And it provides that additional income stream for you because you have that extra income coming in. I love this idea of memberships.
Yeah.
And like you just said, you can use it in any type of business, whether you're coaching or consulting or advising, or even physically doing like the plumbing company.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a win-win. This is what we need to remember for both your customer and for you, because if I am a customer of this CPA and he's sending out information to only the members once a month to let us know tax status changes, something to look out for. Hey, we're no longer
the insider club.
Yeah, the insider club. What if he said or she said, we're no longer, a new law passed, we're no longer able to claim mileage. You now can only claim XYZ. So now okay, no, don't track my mileage, right? And they guide you right down the mileage you did the beginning of the year, or now all I want you to do is pay attention to these expenses throughout the year, which makes it easier for you and your CPA when it does come tax time. You're more educated. They're educating you the time, and then it could include time that you spend together. Maybe it's a couple phone calls, a few in offices, which what would that have costed you? Right? $200-300 every time you go visit your CPA versus having this $14.95 or $30 a month where you're the insider club and you know what it is. So I have to say it's genius on both sides for not only the company, but for the customer, because it puts my mind at ease as the client, to know that I don't have to worry about like, how much are they going to charge me if I say I need to meet with them or call them or talk to them. And I just know it's part of my package.
And I think that also, when you call it, you listed a whole bunch of ideas where the customer feels better, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do to engage that customer even further, deepening the relationship with that customer. And after you do that quarterly review, or you go out and you make sure that the filters are fresh, because my last house, I kid you not, I could not get the darn filter door open on my heater unit to change it twice a year. It just drove me crazy. But they could come out and do that as a brief thing and make it easy. And then at the same time, it gives them an opportunity to upsell, to ask for a referral. I mean, there's so many different options that you have when you're in front of that client than just sending them the quarterly newsletter or whatever that comes out.
Here's the other thing that we didn't even talk about. A client that is paying a monthly membership feels what? Obligation. They feel obligation to utilize the services that are being offered to them through the value of what they're paying for.
Unless it's a gym, right? Let's just put it out there, right? Unless it's a gym. I'm just kidding.
No, but that's the truth. It still weighs on the client, or the customer. Oh my gosh, I haven't been to the gym in a month and I'm just paying, or I haven't been there in 2 months or 3 months, or I only went twice a month. It's actually costing me $50 every time I go to the gym because I'm not going that often. So it puts the obligation also on the customer to take advantage of the opportunities that you're giving to them as part of the membership. So it keeps them engaged, but it creates an obligation for them. And so they want to get that value. So it usually, if you're staying engaged with those customers, there's no need for them to quit that, because they feel like, wow, I'm only paying $20 a month or whatever it is, and I get all this value. And that you may say you get 5 hours a year on my membership to be able to contact me to talk about anything you want, for an estate attorney or for a CPA or for a speaker.
Sure.
Maybe it's
especially those high dollar ones, those high dollar relationships that you have.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you mentioned speakers. So, there's a lot of coaches and consultants out there, and we're in the phase of the great resignation, where so many people are starting up businesses and really engaging in, cutting the corporate ties and starting out on their own. What are some of the other types of businesses that might be able to use a membership to maybe, either get them started or get them to the next level in their company?
Yeah, I would say anyone who is a consultant or a coach, right? That's ongoing service that you definitely could provide a membership and additional support on. You could do the membership of additional this could be an entryway for people to get to know, like, and trust you, right? So you might have a high dollar ticket item of what you offer as a coach, say a one-on-one time for your elite customers, or maybe you have a group program, but that could be too expensive for somebody still. And then, or it's not that it's too expensive. They're not investing in it. Let's just say it's not too expensive. They've just chosen not to. I look at it as the pyramid, right? The profit pyramid. And when you have a profit pyramid, at the top of the pyramid is the smallest part, right? So that's going to be your highest priced items. That's going to be the items in the funnel that at the bottom is your free, right? You can maybe join my Facebook community. You'll get my newsletters. You might get some free guides or downloads from me. Then we go to the next level. What is there at that next level they can participate in? Can they pay for some of your templates online? Can they pay for some of your scripts if you're in sales? Can they pay for some of your forms? Can they pay for a course or a workshop that you've done that they could participate in, right? So that'd be the next level. And then when you look at the membership level, that level is going to keep them engaged. So these are entry levels at different price points that people can engage with you, and they should increase, right? So the free level, and maybe a $20 level one time, or it could be a $49 once a year. And what are all those different levels that they can participate with you? So no matter what company, no matter service, retail, product, whatever it is, you could be a speaker on the speaking circuit, and you're so good, you've decided to coach and help others learn how to put a speech together, learn how to present themselves, learn how to speak. What a wonderful membership that someone could be part of on a regular basis. And you could do that in 3 tiers. So not your membership doesn't have to just be itself one layer. You could have 3 tiers within that membership, and someone maybe at a $400 or $500 a month membership to be part of that tier to get more from you. Right? More coaching from you, more one-on-one touches from you, more assistance, where someone at the lower level tier might only just get the forms and the scripts and have to do it, kind of do it by yourself and figure it out, and then watch, some of the webinars you do or something like that. So there's 1,001 different ways, or trillion different ways that we could spin this. Yeah.
It sounds like it. I love it. And I think it's a great solution to add that other layer on. And so you mentioned, we started the whole conversation about passive income. A membership, if it is just forms and go in and you get, it's not totally passive. It is light work on your part. So you bring somebody in, they're in that group, you're maybe giving them an hour a month for that fee. How can we actually get really true passive income? What might you think on that one?
Yeah. So passive income is going to be something that just repeats itself over and over and over again. And your deliverables are not going to be your time, right? So if you're, for example, memberships to the gym is one of the best ways, right? If you own a brick and mortar and someone has a membership, there's always going to be buying new equipment, fixing the equipment, the upkeep of the facility. But that's that's passive income. Let me tell you, when, you have people just paying you on a regular basis, and about 50 to probably about 65 on an average percent of those people are physically using the location. The rest of them aren't, right? The other way of a true passive income is going to be network marketing. And network marketing kind of gets a bad taste in some people's mouth. However, network marketing can be a brilliant way to build a brand and to build a business, because, I think of it like, even like my community I built, Lead Up for Women, where I have chapter directors, and chapter directors hold networking meetings. And in those networking meetings, they're selling memberships for Lead Up for Women, because they're saying, if you can come as a guest, but if you want to be part of this community, you want to continue networking with us, you want to collaborate with all of these women and be able to increase your revenue and increase your exposure, then you need to become a member. So in essence, they're selling the program for you, right? Really,
right.
Is that any different than what's happening in network marketing? You have a product, you have a service. Someone else is saying, I love this product and service. They're just getting paid to go out and tell someone else they love this product and service, and say, why don't you come work with me and let's go share it with other people that love this product and service, and keep bringing in more people. So you have those that want to share about it, that want to tell others about it and make money from doing that, but more so than like being just an affiliate link, right? Where they get a little tiny commission for that. And then there's those that are just product users. So when you build both of those underneath of you, product users, as well as those that want to share it, that's what that network marketing, and creates that abundance, because then the person that you shared it with wants to share it with someone else. So really, it's an organized way of communicating about a product or a service to other people. And then those people are getting paid generously for advertising it for you. Is
And
really
I think
what network marketing
I think you can use that same model if you have a solution, but something that I always coach to in my consulting practice is to get layers of employees, right? One person can't be tightening the screw all day long, and that's the only thing you ever do. But if you had 2 or 4 people tightening that screw, then you're multiplying the time of it. So one of the passive income ideas that I think you just spoke about can be implemented into your own business. So as the plumber idea, the plumber goes out and has junior plumbers that are out doing the work for him. That, yes, I'm charging $100 an hour, but I'm paying this guy 30, so I'm making $70 an hour plus parts, right? So that becomes another kind of passive income that we can generate off of our own business. Salespeople, you mentioned that in the network marketing, becomes salespeople that are actually out there creating revenue for your company, that you don't have to do anything. You just have to pay that person when he provides or she provides the new client on there. So I think that those are wonderful, that tie in with that, and are so important to taking that solo entrepreneur into a real business.
Yes, I have another example.
Please.
Client had come to me, and she was a virtual assistant, and really had just gotten started in 2020. She just joined the community, wasn't a client of mine at the time. Shortly after, she became a client of mine. And what we did was we built out her business to be a licensed business. So follow me on this. Which franchising is another way, right? For passive income.
Yes.
But she built it for license. So this is how we did it. Because I've been in franchising for many, many, many years. I understand it. And she wanted to be able to provide other women the opportunity to learn through her program and get paid. So not have to pay for the training, but be paid to do the work for her. So she could take on multiple clients, because she only has 24 hours in the day. But when she has 6 employees working with her, you multiply that times 24 hours a day. That is now how many hours you have available to you, right?
Correct.
So now each one of her employees works upwards of, or contractors works upwards of 10 to 30 hours a week. Then they have the option. So they're getting paid. So they're paid less than she's paid. So she's making the money off of every hour that they work. She's making money not working that hour, right? Not working that hour. So then now what they do is they purchase a license from her to be able to duplicate the services, and she helps them bring on clients of her own. So now they're paying her percentage based on that license for every, for her, the revenue that they're making. And that's almost like a thank you payback for all the training that she paid you for, everything you learned, how you learned to build a business on your own, how you learned to be a VA and have your own VA business. Now she's built that for them. They go out, they have their own VA business, and then just pay her a percentage. That is true passive income.
That's fantastic, because that becomes your intellectual property, right? If you can sell and train and up front, you have to do the work. You have to put the manuals together. You have to put the procedures and the checklists and all the things you do. But if you're already expanding your business and you're working through that same product, it's you do it once and wash and repeat, and it goes on and on and on for you. Forever. So that becomes what we know as an evergreen product, right? It just sits on the shelf, and whenever somebody wants to buy it, here, take it. It's all done, right?
Yeah.
Love it. These are fantastic ideas and examples that 2022 can really enhance someone's business and up level and I love what you call their profit pyramid, right?
Yes.
I think that they can up level that and find multiple streams of income. Something that always bothers me is when a person says, "Oh, that's my idea. I can't share that idea." Well, there are how many bazillion people in the world today, and you cannot serve all of them.
Yeah.
But you can serve them through other people that are doing your work for you. And then it no longer becomes competition, but it's a brand up leveling.
Yeah, that's a lack-minded mindset.
100%.
Anyone that feels that I can't share what I'm doing with anyone else because they might steal what I'm doing, total lack-minded mindset. The other piece to that is, for your listeners, if you're contemplating or you have already been laid off or have chosen to leave for whatever your personal reasons are, or have chosen to not have your day job, your 9 to 5 anymore, and you are looking to build a business on your own, please, please, please know this. It doesn't matter how many other businesses have been built before yours. The people that need you will need you. We are unique in our own way, just as our fingerprint, from the experiences we've had, the skill sets we possess, the knowledge we have, the wisdom that we've received over years. You are not like anybody else. Marcia and I, we could run the same podcast, talk about the same topics, but you're going to get something completely different listening to her podcast versus my podcast, based on who we are, what our experiences are, how we interview people, how we ask questions. So know how unique you are. And it's like this example. There's a McDonald's, there's a Jack in the Box, there's a Taco Bell, there's a Wendy's. They are all within a half mile of each other, right across the street.
Right.
They're all fast food. They all serve the same purpose: to get in and to get out, get your food fast, get your food cheap. You are not going to go to the same fast food restaurant that someone else is going to go to, right? I can tell you, I'm not driving through McDonald's, but I'll drive through Taco Bell. But I won't drive through. I know, it's just me. I'm not going to drive through Wendy's, but my husband would drive through Wendy's, but he wouldn't drive through McDonald's. So I'm just sharing examples of how things can be so similar. You could even a McDonald's and a Burger King. They both sell burgers. They both sell fries, but they do it differently. They taste different. The places are ran different. Their food is different. So you're that different flavor. And remember that. You're not like anybody else. Yeah.
Well said. Thank you. And I think that you can even up level that comment, because you are unique. you have a unique opportunity and offer that you're serving somebody else with, whether you're a dentist or a chiropractor or attorney or CPA or a plumber, right? You've got your own methodology and your own way of doing it. And that could be your secret sauce in gaining the client, but it can also be your secret sauce in creating that passive income too.
Yeah.
And I think it's a fantastic opportunity for listeners to think on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah, this is wonderful, Colleen. Thank you so much. Where can listeners find out more about you and all your opportunities that you have?
Well, you can find out more about me, the services I offer, the books that I have available at ColleenBiggs.net. The other area you can find me is going to be at leadupforwomen.com. And of course, on social media, we're everywhere at Lead Up for Women. So follow me on LinkedIn. That's one of the best ways to connect with me, at Colleen Biggs or at Lead Up for Women. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But one of the best ways to connect with me is just sending emails at info@leadupforwomen.com. You can also go to my website, ColleenBiggs.net, and fill out a contact form and connect with me there.
That's great. Sorry, as I cough on the camera. All right, Colleen, that was fantastic. I know that the listeners really, really, really need to listen, reach out to you, join up on the opportunities that you have. And you're not just elevating women, you are elevating men. And so men can go on, and especially men that want to support women can be included into that world as well. Excuse me. So listeners, I hope you found an idea or two to put into your business that will help you be more profitable. I know this passive income stream would really help out, and it can be used by anybody in any business. So remember, now more than ever, it's important to build your business like you want to sell it. Don't forget to register for my new web class on how to turn your business into one worth selling. Even if you aren't thinking of selling it yet, there are tons of benefits to having a sale-worthy business. It'll be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Go register for free at exitwithaplan.com. You really don't want to miss this class. As always, we would love to hear your comments, your questions. Give us some feedback. Tell us what ideas you have and what kind of passive income plans that you have going for 2022. So please comment on today's podcast, and don't forget to subscribe. You can always catch Profit with a Plan on any of your favorite podcast players, and we're looking forward to more great profitable information on next week's show. So until then, make your plans and profit. Thanks so much, Colleen.